Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, beautiful light holders, old souls, and evolving beings. So, the question today is, can you be in joy while watching others suffer? We hear about the hurricanes and the lost lives. We see illness everywhere and death. We've been programmed to believe in the institution of death and dying and not healing ourselves. And therefore, we end up in this matrix trap that brings us down into these cycles over and over again. The truth is, in duality, there will always be those who suffer if they choose to stay in that mind frame. But ascension is about rising above. It is about moving yourself and your being and your vibrations outside, above, beyond the difficulties of daily life, the difficulties of duality. And when you start to pull in higher vibrations, you are less and less affected by the suffering in the world because so much of it does not come into your reality. Does this mean that you lose your compassion or your kindness or your desire to help others? Never. As a matter of fact, you expand exponentially in the joy, in the love that you can offer wherever you are, no matter how menial the task is. I don't know if any of you have ever had the chance to be among an individual who has chosen a life of Down syndrome. But have you ever gotten their hug? That hug that is so tight you can barely get your breath, and it goes on forever and ever. And they just hug you and love on you. And there is nothing better than that moment. That is the joy of life we can find even in the midst of the mess. The matrix is collapsing. It is falling down around us. The new earth ley lines, grid lines, new creations are firmly locked in. But have you stepped up in your vibration to join us there? To be unconditional love, to be total kindness at all moments, no matter what someone is doing. Let that reflect back on them. That has nothing to do with you. Never let your joy go. Every day is another moment to find yourself in a place where you can bring in majestic beauty, deep, heartfelt laughter, you name it. You can pull it in. But you have to be willing to let go of how other people should be acting or reacting. And you are actually not here to save the world. Therefore, yes, people with soul contracts ended up in those situations. It is still hard for people to understand that what we bring in is something that we have chosen to experience in our lifetime. Would I like to see all suffering end tomorrow? I sure would. But one doesn't come into a duality planet to not experience it. Because if you don't experience it, there is no learning, there is no growing. In the coming days, there is going to be more suffering, more surprise, more unbelievable breaking of denial than most people can handle. They will bring on their own suffering because they didn't pay attention. They walked themselves into scenarios in which they did not do their due diligence. This is not a they or a them versus an us. It is always to step up into the higher vibration, to embrace and be there for all, but understand each person needs to be at the level that they are to experience what they're experiencing. And it's not for you to change them. Yes, knowledge is imperative. But as they say, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. If a person is not ready, they will not open up. So never, ever let go of 1 minute of your precious and valuable time. Don't lower your vibration for 1 second just to make another one comfortable. This is the time we have been called for to rise up, to be our authentic selves, and to step into our power of knowingness with kindness, compassion, and love, and being the joy. So much joy that other people are like, are you delusional? Have you not seen what's going on in the world? I have seen what's going on in the world. I have been to many, many places. I tell these stories to help others understand that you can surmount anything. I was in the bombings at the Olympics in Munich. There were bombings after I left Nairobi. I have seen poverty of unbelievable levels. And soon the world is going to start to learn about what really has been going on behind in the religions. And when this information comes out, one needs to stay centered, to stay focused, to find joy no matter what, to raise your vibration for enlightenment, joy, happiness. Always be kind, always be grateful. It's okay to be happy where you are. It's okay to have gratitude for having everything given to you that you have worked a long time to have pulled towards you. These are wonderful things. You can enjoy those as long as you're willing to understand that suffering will continue to happen in those dimensions. And those individuals who have chosen to live and soul contract in the 3D will go through that for eons. But have you made the choice that joy and enlightenment is what you've come for? Come on. Your actions and whether or not you put yourself in situations where there is suffering, maybe to come out as the hero or to be the trauma. If you are still playing in those worlds, in those games, you will remain, by choice, in the 3D. You have the choice. That is wonderful. Joy is incredible. Playing is incredible. Having fun is incredible. Go find your joy. Let the rest go. And have a wonderful, incredible day.